Hey guys, it's Lamia coming back at you with another video. I'm just in a filming mood today, I guess. I'm just sitting here, I'm sipping on my cocktail. It's about midnight and I just thought I would come on here and chit chat with you. Gotta stay hydrated. I thought I would come on here and chit chat with you because someone in one of my last videos asked what the drag scene in Alaska was like. I was going to respond to the message, but then I thought about it and I thought that maybe it's actually kind of an interesting discussion for folks that aren't too familiar with the Alaska drag scene. And so I thought I would just make a little brief video about it. So essentially, it might surprise most people, but the Alaska drag scene is actually pretty robust. There are regular shows that happen in the three main cities in Alaska: Anchorage, Fairbanks, and Juneau. And so yeah, I just wanted to explain a little bit about that. So just backstory on me. I have lived in all three cities. I went to college in Anchorage. I am from Fairbanks, and then I work in Juneau half of the year. I split my time and move around. So I have experience with all three drag scenes, and it's kind of interesting because each scene is a little bit different. For example, Anchorage is the largest city in Alaska and is the only city that has an actual gay bar. There's actually only 2 gay bars in Alaska. The main one is Myras, and then there is another one called the Raven, and there is another another bar that has like queer events, but it's not really necessarily a gay bar. But really, Myras is like the gay bar in Alaska, the main one that's like really a club. And so they do a show every Friday night and usually Saturday nights as well. Obviously things are a little different right now with COVID, and it's called the Friday Night Divas Variety Show. And it's a mix of drag queens, drag kings, of non-binary performers and other folks. It's a really cool show that has like live singing, and then your traditional sort of drag performances, and just kind of like a mix of people. And that happens once a week. It's like probably the most like well-known place to go see drag in Alaska. The Anchorage scene does largely revolve around Myras, even though there is events happening at other bars. It's kind of centered around Mad Myras. In Juneau, you have a different vibe because Juneau is a very small town. It's very artsy, and it's one of the more liberal cities in Alaska. And so you kind of have this unique sort of mix of people where the audience at Mad Myras in Anchorage is lots of people in the community. Obviously there's lots of straight people that go there, but I mean, it's the gay bar, so that means that there's lots of gay men there as well. Versus in Juneau and in Fairbanks, where there's not a gay bar, the audiences are like a little bit more diverse in terms of like you get lots of like women, straight people, like older people, and it's just kind of interesting because you get like all wide ranges of people opposed to like that like gay bar like audience. And so in Juneau you have one thing that's interesting about the Juneau scene is there is 1 million drag kings in Juneau. What's really cool about the Juneau scene is there actually wasn't a scene not that long ago. The scene was primarily started by Gigi Monroe, who is a fairly famous drag queen who resides in Juneau now, and she has performed all over the United States and other stuff. You might have known her she was selected like a year ago for that Drag Queen of the Year pageant that Alaska 5000 did. She's based at it and lives in Juneau. And so prior to her moving to Juneau, there wasn't a drag scene there, and Gigi really built it up into a monthly show with a very diverse cast, lots of drag kings, and it's a really cool thing that they have this space now to do art in a small town. Because for example, Juneau is only like 30,000 people, like 30-something thousand people. Anchorage is like a city of like 300-something thousand. It's the largest city in Alaska. So even though it's such a small town, to have the shows at the level that they have is like, it's really pretty impressive. Then here in Fairbanks, which is my hometown, our shows are about once a month as well. And right now, the way things are, I'm one of the organizers for the shows. And what's kind of unlike Anchorage or Juneau, we have less of like a home base. We kind of float around between venues and figure out what we have going on. And the drag scene here has also really been built up in the last like several years. Anchorage is really the only place in Alaska that's had drag going back like a while. There have been shows that happen up here in different events that were organized, annually or semi-annually or different stuff like that, but there hasn't been a consistent show presence or like group putting on shows until more recently. Even though Fairbanks is the second largest city in Alaska, we still have like around 100,000 people in like the metro area. And so our shows, you again get like a really diverse group of people coming to them, diverse age ranges from like all backgrounds, and that's really cool. I really like performing for a diverse audience. It just kind of makes it more interesting to me. There's definitely less of an infrastructure here supporting artistic ventures like drag, in the sense that like really in Fairbanks the art scene kind of revolves around the university here, and so drag in Fairbanks is not really super connected to the university, and it's not connected to any of the major sort of like art circles, so it's really kind of more independent. And in that sense it's like a collaborative effort to put on the shows. Like all of the performers pitch in organizing and in production and, you know, creating the events. So unlike places that have a bar or have a venue that is like their home, for us it's like we have to be the producers, the promoters, and you know, and the performers. So we have to do kind of like everything. It's kind of funny because I think that's actually primed us to be pretty well in the position for COVID and like all the switch to digital drag. We're already used to doing all the promoter type of stuff, doing the organizing, designing posters, utilizing technology and social media to our advantage. So really switching to digital drag, it wasn't that hard because we kind of already knew what we were doing in terms of organizing all of our own stuff. And yeah, at this point, I think I kind of gave a snapshot crash course, I can't speak. I gave like a snapshot overview of the drag scene in Alaska. And, you know, of course, there's other events that'll happen in smaller towns, you know, different Pride affiliated events and other stuff. I've performed in a very small town in Alaska before, but those are really the three places that drag happens. Yeah, the only thing I want to do is plug, we have an upcoming show. It's going to be called Creature Feature. It's movie themed. It's going to be all online, all digital. I'm one of the hosts, and I will have the information linked in the description box below. Hey guys, it's Lamia. I'm just popping back in here while I'm editing to plug another upcoming event, which is this Sunday, August 9th. Tune in to Brunch Babes, which will be at noon Alaska Standard Time, and you can find the information for that in the description box. It'll be also live streamed on my channel, and we are very excited to be debuting our new talk show style brunch show, and that is BYOB, Bring Your Own Brunch. Hope to see you there. That's gonna do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on all my other social medias, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And until I see you guys again, stay safe, and yeah, have a good night. Bye.